From Neural Newscast, this is Buzz, tracking what's trending and why it matters.
The timeline is moving fast today, so let's dive right into the noise. I'm Leela Mercer.
And I am Jonah Klein. You're listening to Buzz, where we decode the internet's biggest headlines.
Jonah, we have to start with this absolute bombshell coming out of Dallas. Representative Jasmine Crockett is at the center of a massive vetting scandal after her security guard was killed in an armed standoff with SWAT.
Lila, the details on this are wild. The man, identified as Mike King, wasn't just a security guard. He was a wanted fugitive. Dallas SWAT caught up with him while he was in a vehicle with stolen plates.
And it wasn't just a routine stop. According to reports, King had been impersonating a law enforcement officer and using a fake cop car. When SWAT closed in, he barricaded himself, they had to use tear gas, and he ultimately pulled a gun on officers before he was killed.
The fallout on X is intense. People are pointing out that King was seen at campaign events with Crockett recently. Critics were asking how a sitting member of Congress uses donor money to hire a fugitive for armed protection.
That's insane. It's a massive blow to her image, especially after her recent election loss. People are calling it a total failure of judgment, and the clips of the standoff are everywhere.
It raises so many questions about who is actually in these inner circles. But while that's shaking up domestic politics, the international scene just got a major jolt from Italy.
Right, Giorgia Meloni is trending globally after telling the Italian Senate that Italy is essentially opting out of the US-led operations in the Middle East.
She was incredibly blunt. She said Italy is not part of the war in the Middle East and will not participate in a war against Iran. That is a huge break from the US and Israel.
The video of that speech has over 80,000 likes on X. People are calling it a courageous move, and it's being framed as Meloni showing a spine against Western pressure.
And that's not the only headache for the US in that region. CNN is reporting that Iran is considering a move that could hit the US where it hurts most, the wallet.
The Strait of Hormuz. Iran is reportedly looking at requiring tankers to pay in Chinese yuan instead of the US dollar to pass through. That's a direct shot at the petrodollar.
Exactly. Given that 80% of global oil is traded in United States D, this is pure economic warfare. If they pull this off, the global financial ripple effects would be massive. Leela, it's like we're watching a real-time shift in global power.
It really is. And that tension is even bleeding into the base of the Republican Party here at home. Did you see what happened to Ted Cruz in D.C.?
Oh, the booze? Yeah, that was loud. He was speaking to a Christian audience and they were not having it when the topic of unconditional support for Israel came up.
Cruz literally told the crowd, "If you will not stand with Israel, then I will not stand with you." And they booed him off the stage. It's exposing this growing rift where some conservative voters are pushing for an America First approach over foreign allegiances.
It's a fascinating pivot, but let's bring it back to a historic moment in New York City. Zohran Mamdani just made a major move for representation.
This is Taylor Brown. She's just been appointed to lead the new Office of LGBTQ Affairs, making her the first out trans woman to head a city department in NYC.
Her announcement video has over 140,000 likes. During the presser, she said, "This is not a culture war. We are not your enemy." It's a huge milestone for the community, though it's definitely sparked the usual heated debate in the replies.
Whether it's city government shifts or global economic pivots, the old rules are definitely being rewritten this week. That is the latest from the feed.
I'm Jonah Klein, and we'll be back tomorrow to break it all down again.
I am Leela Mercer. Thanks for joining us on Buzz. For more, head to buzz.neuralnewscast.com. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com. This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute legal, financial, or professional advice.
This has been Buzz on Neural Newscast, tracking what's trending and why it matters.